Listen closely. Imagine, for a moment, the unseen war raging within your very flesh, a silent siege on every cell, every organ, meticulously tearing down your defenses from the inside out. Focus on the insidious decay, the slow erosion of vitality that most simply dismiss as the natural march of time, a fate inescapable. But what if this decline, this creeping shadow of unwellness, isn't an act of nature but a consequence of neglect, a betrayal by the very systems designed to protect you? Your body, a complex fortress, is under constant, unremitting assault by an invisible enemy, an enemy born from the air you breathe, the food you consume, and the stress that gnaws at your spirit. This isn't just about feeling a little tired, this is about a systemic breakdown, a gradual forfeiture of your inherent strength and resilience. The truth is stark, you are consistently absorbing, processing, and storing toxins, each one a minuscule dagger plunged into your biological integrity. Your systems are overloaded, struggling, and on the brink of capitulation. Ignore this fundamental truth, and you risk far more than minor discomfort, you risk total biological compromise. This is the reality you unconsciously navigate, every single day, with every breath. Picture a sprawling metropolis, vibrant on the surface, yet beneath, its ancient sewers are choked, festering with the accumulated waste of generations, unseen but profoundly impacting the city's very foundation. This is your internal landscape. Each fleeting headache, every unexplained ache, the dullness in your eyes, the constant fatigue that clings to you like a persistent shadow, these are not random occurrences. They are the distress signals, the faint alarms from deep within your body's intricate network, desperately trying to warn you of a looming catastrophe. Toxins, insidious compounds absorbed from an environment saturated with synthetic chemicals, heavy metals, and processed refuse, infiltrate your bloodstream, your tissues, and even the sacred chambers of your cells. They are not inert passengers, they are active saboteurs, hijacking your metabolic pathways, disrupting hormonal balance, and instigating cellular chaos. This silent buildup doesn't announce itself with a bang, it's a drip, drip, drip of poison, slowly accumulating, steadily eroding your capacity to thrive. The threat is real, persistent, and entirely pervasive, existing just beyond the threshold of your conscious perception until its cumulative damage becomes impossible to ignore. Your very existence is a testament to your body's ceaseless fight against this internal degradation. We have been conditioned to chase superficial remedies, to silence the alarm bells rather than address the fire raging beneath. When the body cries out, we reach for pills designed to mask symptoms, to temporarily quell the rebellion without ever questioning its origin. We are fed a narrative of quick fixes and convenient solutions, a deceptive calm that allows the underlying chaos to intensify unchecked. The pharmaceutical industry, a colossus built on managing distress, inadvertently perpetuates a cycle of dependence, obscuring the path to genuine restoration. Consider the pervasive anxiety, the epidemic of chronic fatigue, the inexplicable brain fog that shrouds millions in a perpetual haze. These are not simply modern maladies to be medicated. They are the grim manifestations of systems overwhelmed, of a body screaming for liberation from its toxic burden. We wander through a fog of misinformation, convinced that complex problems demand complex, often expensive, interventions, completely oblivious to the fundamental, brutal simplicity of true bodily cleansing. This widespread ignorance is not benign, it is a dangerous vulnerability, leaving us susceptible to decay while we actively pursue temporary palliatives. The danger lies not just in the toxins themselves, but in our collective blindness to their enduring impact and the deliberate misdirection away from genuine solutions. Now, shift your focus from the grand, complicated schemes to something utterly mundane, something dismissed as a mere garnish, a fleeting burst of flavor on a plate. Imagine a small, unassuming root, its surface often a vibrant red, its interior a startling white. This humble vegetable, the radish, has been largely relegated to the periphery of modern culinary consciousness, a crunch without consequence, a texture without true power. Yet, ancient cultures, unburdened by our modern scientific hubris, intuitively understood its profound potency. Did you know that the ancient Egyptians, those masters of monumental architecture, fed their pyramid builders copious amounts of radishes, alongside onions and garlic, not merely as sustenance, but as a vital component for maintaining their strength and resisting disease in the harsh conditions. This wasn't a culinary whim, it was a deliberate strategy, an understanding of a hidden power. This overlooked root, seemingly innocuous, possesses an arsenal of compounds far more formidable than its appearance suggests, a biological key to unlocking your body's dormant defenses against the insidious invaders that silently threaten your very existence. Its very simplicity is its camouflage, allowing its profound capabilities to remain hidden in plain sight, an ancient secret whispering across millennia. Delve deeper into the radish's core, and you uncover a clandestine biochemical warfare agent, sulfur. This isn't just any element, it's a fundamental building block of life, yet in the radish, it transforms into a potent detoxifier, a natural, relentless scavenger. Picture sulfur compounds as microscopic heat-seeking missiles, specifically targeting the accumulated toxic sludge that clogs your cellular machinery. They don't just neutralize, they bind to these insidious poisons, altering their structure, rendering them harmless, and preparing them for expulsion. But the radish's arsenal doesn't end there. It also overflows with vitamin C, not merely for immune support, but as a vital antioxidant shield, a silent guardian against the corrosive onslaught of free radicals generated by your body's constant battles with toxins. This vitamin C acts as a relentless repair crew, mending the cellular damage inflicted by environmental aggressors, preserving the integrity of your tissues against internal decay. The very word radish itself, derived from the Latin radix, meaning root, but also metaphorically origin or source, subtly hints at its fundamental role, its power to reach the very source of systemic imbalance and begin the arduous process of restoration. These two compounds, working in concert, form a formidable defense against the ongoing internal compromise. Your liver, the silent titan within you, bears the brunt of every toxic assault, functioning as the body's supreme filtration plant, a fortress under constant siege. When this vital organ becomes sluggish, overloaded by the relentless influx of environmental pollutants and metabolic waste, it falters, and the consequences ripple throughout your entire system, leaving you vulnerable to a cascade of degenerative conditions. This is where the radish executes a critical, strategic intervention. Its unique compounds act as a potent stimulant for bile flow, the liver's most powerful weapon in the war against toxins. Imagine bile not just as a digestive aid, but as a torrential flush, a dark, viscous river surging through stagnant pathways, sweeping away heavy metals, pharmaceutical residues, and metabolic byproducts that have been clinging stubbornly to your tissues. When bile flow is compromised, these toxins recirculate, inflicting continuous damage, creating a vicious cycle of internal poisoning. Long before modern science elucidated the complexities of bile production, certain ancient varieties of radish, like the robust black Spanish round, were revered as folk remedies for gallstones and liver complaints, a testament to an intuitive understanding of its profound hepatoprotective power. This humble root empowers your liver, revitalizing its detoxification pathways, turning the tide against the insidious forces that threaten its vital function. The battlefield extends beyond the liver. Your digestive system, a sprawling labyrinth, and the lymphatic system, a hidden network of cleansing rivers, are equally critical to your survival against internal threats. A compromised gut allows toxins to leak into your bloodstream, further burdening your organs, while a stagnant lymphatic system permits waste to accumulate, creating pockets of inflammation and disease. The radish, with its inherent power, acts as a dynamic catalyst in these crucial systems. Its natural enzymes are not passive, they are active agents of change, relentlessly breaking down complex food molecules, easing the burden on your digestive organs, and ensuring efficient nutrient absorption while simultaneously facilitating the expulsion of waste. Simultaneously, the radish's active compounds become a silent, relentless cleanup crew for your lymphatic system. They stimulate lymphatic drainage, awakening a sluggish network, pushing stagnant fluids, accumulated cellular debris, and trapped toxins towards the body's exits. This isn't just about feeling lighter, it's about re-establishing the fundamental flow of life, ensuring that waste is not merely moved but aggressively ejected, preventing the insidious buildup that silently erodes your health. Without this internal vigilance, the lymphatic system becomes a reservoir of potential disease, its blockage an open invitation for deeper internal decay. Consider the most visible battleground of your internal struggles, your skin. Far from being a mere aesthetic concern, skin issues like persistent acne, inexplicable rashes, dullness, or premature aging are often the desperate cries of a system overwhelmed, an external manifestation of internal toxicity. When your liver and lymphatic system are choked with poisons, your body, in its frantic effort to survive, attempts to expel these toxins through alternative routes, often redirecting them to your largest organ, your skin. This leads to eruptions, inflammation, and a generally unhealthy complexion, a stark visual warning sign that your internal environment is compromised. The radish, by systematically addressing the root cause, the internal toxic burden, silences these surface alarms. As bile flow is stimulated, as lymphatic drainage improves, and as detoxification pathways are optimized, the pressure on your skin to act as an emergency exit for toxins diminishes. The natural enzymes and sulfur compounds actively cleanse and purify, reducing the inflammatory load and restoring your skin's innate vitality. This isn't about covering up flaws, it's about eliminating the source of the disfigurement, revealing a clarity and radiance that reflects genuine internal health, a profound shift from merely masking symptoms to eradicating their cause. The truly unsettling twist in this narrative isn't just that a humble radish possesses such profound power, it's the chilling realization that we, as a society, have been systematically conditioned to overlook and dismiss these elemental truths in favor of endlessly complex, technologically advanced, and profoundly profitable, but ultimately less effective, solutions. The true surprise lies in how readily we surrender our innate power to heal, how willingly we become dependent on external systems that often profit more from our ongoing illness than our complete wellness. This isn't just about a vegetable, it's about the erosion of our fundamental understanding of health, replaced by a deceptive labyrinth of artificial fixes. We stand on the precipice of a profound awakening, confronted by the stark contrast between the complex machinations of modern medicine and the brutal simplicity of nature's remedies. The very idea that such a potent weapon against modern malaise could be so common, so cheap, so accessible, yet largely ignored, should send a shiver down your spine. It forces you to question everything you've been told about health, illness, and the true custodians of your well-being. The betrayal isn't from within your body, it's from the systems that manipulate your perception of healing itself. Here's the true horror: we exist in a world where the very elements designed to sustain us have been corrupted, and the ancient knowledge that could liberate us has been systematically buried beneath layers of pharmaceutical dogma and processed convenience. The most profound surprise, the truly chilling moment, arrives when you comprehend that the mechanisms of your body's potential healing are so elegantly simple, so brutally effective, that they challenge the very foundations of the multi-billion-dollar industries built upon your chronic ill health. The radish, this crimson sentinel, dares to whisper a forbidden truth: your rescue might not lie in a costly prescription or a cutting-edge therapy, but in the forgotten wisdom of the earth, in a food so basic it barely registers on our sophisticated radar. This realization breeds an unsettling doubt, a gnawing suspicion that the path to vitality has been deliberately obscured, replaced by a manufactured dependence. You begin to question, what other simple, powerful truths have been hidden from plain sight? How much control have you unwittingly surrendered? The profound simplicity of its power challenges your deepest assumptions about health, leaving you with the chilling uncertainty of whether you've been searching in all the wrong places, for all the wrong answers, your entire life. Do you truly believe you know what's best for your own body, or have you simply accepted the narrative handed down to you by those who profit from your continuous struggle?